Was securing one of the Overdrive Preamp 250 style pedals from JHS a great idea? I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's get into it. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Now, one of the things I want to say right off the bat is I am 100% a fan of the Overdrive Preamp 250 pedal by DoD. I have a 1978 version. This one is fantastic. And one of the things I learned from the JHS video on the deep dives regarding these pedals is that this early era is really varied in its construction and component selection and all the rest of it. So they all can be wildly different. And if you've watched this video around the JHS pedal, this is a clone of Josh's 74th pedal that was ever made in the basement and of the DoD dungeon, we'll say, however you want to slice that. But words are tough today. And so this pedal in its own right would be very different than any other gray box that has ever existed because the component and tolerance usage was wildly different. And I think that's fascinating. And so I have been on a rampage with purchasing pedals. So I have this one, and then I bought a 50th anniversary. And for those of you that are probably going, well, why did you get this 50th anniversary? Well, the reasoning for that is because what's unique about this versus, I believe it's the X version of this particular pedal, is that this is using germanium diodes, and it also has a silicone diode and a lift function. And I wanted to, at some point, do a shootout between these two to hear how close or different they are, and what does the germanium diodes do in the circuit? What do we hear? What differences do we hear? And that leads me to this pedal. So I caught the short on YouTube, and I will land the plane on this here in just a moment. And Josh is saying, hey, listen, it's the final 2,500 of the pedals that we're gonna do. I'm not buying any more, and I'm making them available for 79 bucks. And I was like, I'm in. At 79 bucks, it's a win. But what really solidified this for me is the fact that this also has the silicone diode and germanium diode selection switch, just like the 50th anniversary by DoD. And so videos coming on this. The reason why I was enthusiastic about purchasing this was because, you know, Josh, he said, I'm a little Willy Wonka on this, and let me grab the box here. So what he said is, hey, listen, I'm going to put in some of these a pick of some sort that says you win on it, and let's just see if I won. So I'm going to do the big reveal here. Now, I give them credit for the box, which you get inside here. You get this thing, a little card, and you get some more information, and if you listen, there's something in here. And you take out all the stuffing and you go, yay. And if we find that I didn't win. Josh, you're diabolical for putting this in here. I thought, awesome, I'm going to get a second JHS pedal for free. And that's okay that I didn't, because honestly, after having just a little bit of time with this pedal and it being my first JHS pedal, it's awesome. It's a great pedal. And so let's not delay this. The signal chain today is quite simple. We're going to hear it. You heard it in the beginning, but I thought I'd have some fun doing some demoing, listening to the germanium versus the silicone diode. And I have this new rig here that you can see it all in real time. So I'm just going to have some fun. We'll listen to this thing, and then I'll give my final thoughts, and we'll land the plane. It has been a meaningful period of time since I've been on, had a tree fall onto one of my outbuildings here at the house, and so I've been stooped and dealing with that. But we're back, and more content coming soon. This was just a quick touch point with you all, so I hope you enjoy taking a listen to this. We'll also hear this in the context of a full mix. Now, let's take a listen. right, well, there you have it. So on this particular setting, which I believe we are in here, let me take a look. We have the germanium diodes in circuit right now. So that is an interesting sound. I did several things here. I wanted to check and see what it was like when you roll it off a little bit, when you're hearing edge of breakup, just to give you a full spectrum of what you're going to get out of this particular pedal. And honestly, it is very versatile. Now, I can't say one way or the other because I don't have my 1978 plugged in, how close they sound, but certainly it's intriguing to think about how this is going to sound against the original DoD pedals that I have, the 50th and the 1978. So I'm looking forward to exploring that quite a bit. Now let's take a listen to it with the silicone diode. I'll do the same thing. Let's go ahead and switch that right here. And let's take a listen to that. Now right now, I believe I have it cranked. So let's hear how it sounds. We'll start there. Well, there you have it. Man, this thing sounds killer. And honestly, I'm actually really impressed the switch between germanium and silicone diodes, but it makes total sense. You know, with the germanium diodes, you're going to have a swing in variance in how those diodes actually function in the circuit. And silicone diodes are going to be a little, this is for a lack of better words, and those of you in the comments can add your thoughts here, but you're going to get a much better signal. It's going to add a little bit more consistent gain in the mix. Now, I'm saying this in the most simplistic way. I am not trying to get technical here, but you clearly could hear the bump, and that's what you would expect from silicone diodes. And the germanium diodes, it just does something very unique, especially on the overall, almost like a layer of compression. And that's what I'm hearing in my ears. I'm not saying that's what it is. All of you can come up with your adjectives for how you want to describe what you're hearing there. But I really like both, and I don't think one is inherently better. I think usage of both is what's most important in application. So whatever you're using it for. Huge swath of things that I was playing here, just having some fun noodling. And honestly, this is a pedal I could rock with for hours, and there's lots of tone to be selected in here and lots of tone to chase. And I'm excited for upcoming videos here that we will do with, let's say, the 1978, my original one here, and then obviously the 50th anniversary version, which again, it does have that Germanium circuit plus the lift. So it'll be fascinating to hear how this sounds against this particular pedal. JHS, as always, knocks it out of the park for being my first pedal, other than getting just a button and not a free pedal. No problem. I love this pedal, and certainly there's many more JHS pedals that are probably coming into the shed in the future. And with that, I wish you all well, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.